Hello, readers. Today we are going to read the book Why by author Lila Prapp. Dear curious friends, this book is full of questions. There are answers to each. Some are smart and scientific. Some are silly. The scientific answers are marked by a star, but you can make up your own questions, your own answers, or even your own animals. Why do hyenas laugh? They are all mixed up. I don't know. Because they're childish. It tickles them to walk barefoot on the grass. The scientific answer is they don't. Spotted hyenas use sounds like laughing to talk to each other. They are both predators and scavengers, and eat the remains that other animals wouldn't touch, such as bones, hooves, and even fur. They can eat up to 30 pounds of meat at a time. Why are zebras striped? Zebras are horses wearing pajamas. They escaped from a prison. Because their mamas are striped too. Because they can't decide whether to be black or white. The scientific answer is zebras gather in herds, and when they run, the moving stripes confuse predators. Every zebra has a slightly different stripe pattern, just as every person has a unique fingerprint. Zebras live in Africa, and they feed on grass. In the wild, they live between 10 and 25 years. In zoos, they live up to 35 years. Why do whales spout water? To wash the clouds? They're watering the seagrass. For fun. It's their runny noses when they have a cold. The scientific answer is whales don't spout water. It only seems that way when they blow moist air out of the blowholes on top of their heads. The biggest animal that has ever lived on Earth is the blue whale. It weighs as much as 33 elephants. It feeds on tiny creatures called plankton and can eat up to 1 ton in one meal. Why do rhinos have horns on their noses? To follow their noses? So that they can grab them if they want to run away. They wouldn't grow anywhere else. So that they can anchor themselves when they sneeze. The scientific answer is rhinoceroses use their horns for fighting and for protection. Some species of rhinos have 1 horn, and some have 2. The rhino is not as tough as it looks. Rhinos can't sweat, and their skin doesn't protect them from insects. Wallowing in the mud cools them off and keeps the bugs away. Why do camels have humps? 2 are better than 1. They didn't sit up straight when they were little. To confuse their riders. Humps make them happy. They aren't humps, they're sand dunes that camels carry across the desert. The scientific answer is the humps of camels store fat for the times when there isn't much food. Camels can survive up to 10 months without water. They can drink 136 liters of water at a time. During sandstorms, they totally close their nostrils to keep out the sand. Why do crocodiles cry? They're spoiled. They cry when they're sleepy. They're afraid of water because nobody wants to play with them. The scientific answer is crocodiles don't cry out of sadness. When they're ashore for a long time, their eyes get dry and the tears wet them again. Crocodiles are reptiles. They have existed since dinosaurs roamed the earth. They like lying in the sun with their jaws open. Why do giraffes have long necks? They like having their heads in the clouds. Their bodies are slower than their heads. I have no idea. Because they swallowed uncooked spaghetti. The scientific answer is there are many kinds of animals where the giraffes live, but there isn't much food. Thanks to their long necks, giraffes can eat acacia leaves growing high up, which no other animal can reach. Giraffes use their very long tongue to reach even higher. Why do kangaroos have pouches? To hide their belly buttons? Because. To put their toys in, so they don't lose their babies when they jump. The scientific answer is kangaroos give birth to baby roos that are the size of acorns and weigh as little as peas. With its strong claws, the baby kangaroo clings to its mother's fur and then climbs into the pouch, where it feeds on its mother's milk for a few months. Later, it eats plants. Kangaroos leap with their hind legs, using their strong tail to help them jump. Why do hippos yawn? They're bored. Who knows? They're sunning their teeth, so the doctor can check their tonsils. The scientific answer is when hippos open their mouths wide, it seems as if they're yawning, but they really do it to scare away other males. The fights between males can be deadly. Hippos live in Africa. Although they're land animals, they spend most of their time in water, because if they stayed on dry land for very long, they'd lose too much water. They feed on grass, always at night. In one night, they can eat up to 100 pounds of grass. Why do lions have manes? So that they aren't mistaken for cows. To show off. To know where their head is. Because they eat all the barbers who try to cut their hair. The scientific answer is, male lions have hairy manes to make them look bigger and stronger. A mane can protect the lion's neck in a battle with another male. A baby lion has no mane. It will grow in when the lion is 2 years old. Why don't snakes have legs? So that they don't have to play football. They forgot to grow them. They hate cutting their toenails, so that they can't fall down. The scientific answer is snakes don't have legs because they withered away a long time ago. They have a strong muscular body which they twist to move about. They also use their scales to help. Snakes don't have a fixed body temperature, so they like warming themselves in the sun. In winter and in cold weather, they hibernate. Why do walruses have mustaches? To look handsome, to hide their big mouths. They don't know how to shave. To tickle babies. The scientific answer is walruses feed on the sea bottom where it's very dark, even during the light Arctic nights. They use the mustache, actually whiskers, to probe around in the dark while they search for clams or crabs, or go hunting for octopus and fish. Walruses live up to 40 years in large herds. Why do monkeys have tails? To be at a loose end? To have a swinging good time? Just to be different? To tie themselves to trees on windy days? The scientific answer is monkeys use their tails for balance and to cling onto branches when moving around. However, not all monkeys have tails. There are tailless apes like gibbons, gorillas, chimpanzees, and orangutans. Why do elephants have trunks? To trumpet their goodbye. To store snot. No reason. Because they are nosy. The scientific answer is elephants have short necks and can't bend their heads down to the ground. So they have a trunk, which came about because the nose and the upper lip became longer. The elephant uses its trunk to drink, pick leaves, break branches, and even pull down trees. With the trunk, it can also smell and feel, and it uses the trunk to breathe when it's in deep water. The end. Thank you so much.